Welcome to Baz Travels. After driving 14,826 kilometers through 24 states and Washington, D.C., I've seen rocket launches to the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam. I've explored Route 66, ghost towns, deserts, snow, and beaches on both coasts. From Vegas casinos to Alcatraz, the White House to Hollywood. Join me for a journey of the ordinary and the extraordinary.
Loading destination. Simulation starting in 3, 2, 1. To look around, move your phone or tablet. Click and drag if on a computer or move your head if using a VR headset. Please like and subscribe.
Building Hoover Dam was not simply a matter of pouring concrete into a canyon. It required creating an entire industrial operation in one of the most hostile construction environments in the United States. When work began, Black Canyon was remote, steep, and unforgiving. Summer temperatures regularly climbed past 40 degrees Celsius, but there were no towns, no roads capable of handling heavy equipment, and no infrastructure to support thousands of workers. Everything had to be created before the dam itself could even begin. The first task was access. Roads were blasted and carved into canyon walls so materials and machinery could reach the site. Power lines were installed to run equipment. Camps, workshops, and storage areas were set up along the riverbanks. Boulder City was built nearby to house workers and their families, operating under strict rules to maintain order and productivity. One of the biggest challenges was the Colorado River itself. The river could not be stopped, only redirected. Engineers designed 4 massive diversion tunnels, 2 drilled through each side of the canyon. These tunnels were carved directly through solid rock, an enormous task in itself. Once the tunnels were completed, the river was diverted away from the dam site. Cofferdams were built to block the original river channel, allowing the canyon floor to dry out. Only then could excavation for the dam's foundations begin. Workers drilled and blasted down to bedrock, removing unstable material until a solid base was exposed. This step was critical. Any weakness at the foundation level would compromise the entire structure. Inspections were constant and precision mattered at every stage. Concrete introduced a new problem. Hoover Dam required an unprecedented amount of it. As concrete cures, it generates heat. If the dam had been poured in a single block, the trapped heat would have caused massive cracking, and it would have taken over a century to cool naturally. The solution was innovative. The dam was built in thousands of individual interlocking concrete blocks. Each block was poured separately and allowed to cool. A network of cooling pipes ran through the concrete, circulating cold water to remove heat during the curing process. This method allowed the dam to set safely and efficiently. Once cooling was complete, the pipes were filled with grout, locking the structure together in a single solid mass. Working conditions were dangerous throughout the project. Men worked suspended high above the canyon floor, inside narrow tunnels filled with dust and heat, and alongside heavy machinery. Safety standards were minimal by modern expectations, and accidents were common, especially in the early years. Despite the risks and extreme conditions, construction progressed faster than expected. Work continued around the clock in shifts. Schedules were tightly controlled. Every delay had consequences. When Hoover Dam was completed, it stood as one of the largest concrete structures ever built. More importantly, it demonstrated new methods in large-scale construction and project management that would influence engineering projects worldwide. The dam was not just built, it was engineered under pressure in an environment that tested every assumption about what was possible.
Simulation terminated. Please comment, like and subscribe.